Hi guys, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you around the Ayr Holiday Park in St Ives in Cornwall. As you can see, it's a mixture of static caravans which are sort of at the entrance to the park, and then the touring site which is a little bit further along, which I'll show you in a moment. We've stayed here for 2 nights so far and it's been absolutely amazing. The site itself is nice and quiet. The facilities are really good, nice and clean, respected by the people that are staying here as well. We've got cracking sea views, and it's not a bad walk into the town centre either. We are up a hill, so you have to bear that in mind, but actually it's nowhere near as difficult as we were expecting. So there's also a beach that's like literally just down here, which is not that far to get to. So yeah, so far really good. The campsite does send out directions by email before you arrive, and definitely follow those. It's essentially the HGV route into St Ives, and if you've ever been into St Ives itself, you'll know that the roads are extremely narrow, not one for mistakenly getting your motorhome or caravan on. So yeah, definitely follow the directions. The campsite is signposted as you drive into St Ives, and you're looking for this turning on the left here. Reception is the wooden building ahead of you as you go up the drive, and you need to stop here and check in. Next to reception you'll find some pre-loved buckets and spades, and also the laundrette. The rest of the facilities are further into the site, and we'll see those later in the video. There's a range of pitches available, both grass and hardstanding, and there's also non-electric pitches ranging to fully serviced ones. You will need to bring a hose to empty your grey waste because there isn't a drive-over service point. We were on pitch 12, which suited us nicely. But as you can see, because of the terracing of the site, all of the pitches have pretty good views. One thing that's pretty cool about this place is that it also has an on-site restaurant and swimming pool, which are just behind me. We are planning to go to the restaurant probably for a breakfast at some point during our stay, and we used the swimming pool yesterday. It's quite good as well because you can actually see in before you go in there to see if it's busy or not. So we got in there when there was absolutely no one else there, but it's a really great facility to have right on your doorstep. Opposite the swimming pool is a children's play area, which looks nice and modern, and it's also kept reasonably far from most of the pitches. Access from the outside of the building just round this corner here are a couple of shower rooms which are closer to the pitches that you see coming up here. We'll come back to the main facilities block later in the video. Just over in this corner of the field over here, there is an access to the coastal path, which is quite good. That's probably the easiest way to get down to the seafront and into the town itself. You can go down the road, that's quite steep, so if you've read reviews online that have said it's a really steep walk, that's the way that people are going. I mean, the coastal path obviously isn't flat, but it's a more gradual slope, so it's probably the easier one, certainly for coming back up. And once you hit the coastal path, it is tarmac. I did joke the other day when we first went down there about, you know, oh, well, it's not going to be tarmac, so what shoes should I wear? And it actually is. So yeah, it's only the bit getting through the field down there that's sort of, you know, mud and grass and what have you, but once you're down there it's nice and tarmacked. Nice gentle walk down to the beach and into St Ives, and plenty of benches en route as well, so unless you've got real mobility problems, I wouldn't worry too much about the fact that we're up a hill. Just take it steady, and as I say, the coastal path is probably the slightly easier route to get back up here. There are also bus stops, I understand. We haven't checked them out because we've found the walking to be fine even with our dogs, so we haven't tried that out, but I understand that there is a bus that goes from just outside the site, so that's another option if you want it. At the main facilities block you'll find a chemical disposal point, as well as one of these camper clean machines, although it wasn't working when we were there. There's also a dishwashing area with a rather interesting looking machine. We didn't try it out, but it does claim to wash your dishes within a matter of minutes. The showers and toilets themselves were good. As well as the main men's and women's facilities, there were also some individual washrooms here on the right-hand side, as well as an accessible washroom and a wetsuit shower. There was also something that I've never seen on a campsite before, but was a very welcome addition. The main facilities are modern and clean, although the shower cubicles are a bit on the small side, and it did take a while for the hot water to run through. Once it did come through though, it was nice and warm, and it's also a proper shower, so there's no timing out, and there are also 2 fixing points for it. The individual washrooms don't necessarily feel any more spacious, and they're a little bit more dated. The lighting in the toilet and shower area is slightly strange because it's in the middle of the room, so when you're in the cubicles it can feel a little dark. There are no individual cubicles with basins in them, but the layout meant that actually you didn't feel too much on show when you were using the sinks. Campsite is also open all year round, which is another plus point from us. It is October today. It's the, if I could actually see, it's the 10th of October at the moment, and well, you couldn't wish for better weather. It's like warm enough to be sitting out in this, so we've really lucked out. But the fact that you've got a restaurant and a pool on site also means that there's stuff to do if the weather's not so great. We may be able to pick up some construction noise in the background, and that's because just behind our pitch actually there is a house or some houses being built. We arrived here on Saturday, it's Monday today. There was absolutely no noise from it during the weekend. They started just before 7 this morning, and it's just gone 4 o'clock, and there's a little bit of noise from there. We've been out most of the day, so I don't know how bad it's been. It's not something that is particularly bothering us, and obviously that's just at the moment while this construction is going on, and it's nothing that the site can do about it. But if that is something that you think would irritate you, it's probably worth maybe checking when you phone up to book to see if there's anything going on like that in the near vicinity. To be fair though, I wouldn't mind one of the houses that they're building. There's actually one for sale, a previously built one that someone's been living in, 1.25 million. So yeah, if the lottery win comes through, yeah, you might find us here, like literally overlooking our pitch, which would be pretty amazing. Overall, we really enjoyed our stay at Ayr Holiday Park, and the question isn't if we'll be returning, it's when.